It's time for the Cleveland Cutting Board and Furniture Weekend Shop update. Sit down and relax, guys. Here we go. Hey, everybody, Mike with Cleveland Cutting Board and Furniture Company. It's been a great week as always. Big thing this week has been wedding gifts, and a couple housewarming gifts, and Father's Day gifts. First of all, big thank you to everyone who ordered Mother's Day gifts. I got some mothers that had called me and said thank you, and that's an amazing feeling. I really enjoy it. Going forward, Father's Day is in 3 weeks, less than a month, 3 weeks from today, I think. So those orders have been coming in big time. The big thing has been grill scrapers. Two things. The grill scrapers have been a big hit. I got like 20 to make, so I'm going to start batching those out later today and all this week. Um, excuse me. And then the other thing has been the bigger 16 by 24 hard maple cutting boards. I got 3 orders of those with the juice screws for all those grill masters out there. So I got those to knock out, and then I got some artwork to do for some custom laser engraving on those gifts. So those have been the big gifts. The grill scrapers have been awesome. I got my Traeger going right now with some ribs on it first thing this morning. I was out there with the grill scraper going to town and getting it cleaned up. So they work really, really well. I use hickory or maple. Right now, all I have done is hickory. When you buy the ones in the store, they're usually like a softer wood, and what they'll tell you is the softer wood will actually form the teeth better from going back and forth on the grill. I like the hardwood wood. You'll still get the teeth. It might take a little more work, but it's going to last a lot longer, and it just has a better feel to it. So that's why I use the hickory. Hickory's a little more expensive than the cheap pine, but I think you're going to get a lot more out of it. So got that all logged in and ready to start knocking those out. Um, got a cool order for a bird's eye maple charcuterie board. Now I sell these on my website. I've got a very limited supply of bird's eye maple. Bird's eye maple is hard to come by. It's super expensive. It's like more expensive than teak. It's around $90 a board foot. It's some crazy numbers, so that's why it's expensive. It is. I do sell one size on my website, and those are made to order. And once that bird's eye maple is gone, I don't know if I'll do any more. It's tough to work on because if you plane it, you have to be careful because it'll rip the bird's eye out. You get these little divots. You got to stand it down, so you have to be really slow with it. The labor on one of those boards is twice as long as the labor on a standard maple board, just because of all the way the grain is. So, bird's eye maples are pretty cool. It's a nature phenomenon. No one's really sure what causes it. Excuse me. So I do have that. That project. I was pretty excited when I got it because I like working with it. I like the challenge. Um, the cookie table for my buddy Dustin. That is out of the form. I popped it out of the form this morning. I wanted to do it. I was excited to see it. It looks great. That's going to go on the CNC first thing Monday morning. We're going to get it flat, nice and flat, down to about an inch and a half thick. And then they decided to go with a pillow shape over just plain rectangle. Pillow shape, instead of being a rectangle, pillow shape has the bows. I'm gonna have that done this week. So the plan is to get that flattened tomorrow. First round sanding. Actually, I'll have it flat tomorrow. All the sanding done, and first coat of Hardwex finish on it by tomorrow afternoon. Second coat by Tuesday, and then Wednesday install the legs. So I'll have that out of here by. Deliver that to him next week, and then we're gonna do end tables. So we'll see if he wants to jump into the end tables or give it a minute. So I got that. Let's see what else. The Woodstock sign. Woodstock sign is done, installed, delivered, installed. That was a fun project. I had 6 hours on the CNC machine, I think, total, doing the design because of the tree. If you remember, if you look at the picture right here, the tree, um, the tree just took there's so much detail, and there's no way around it. It is what it is. I couldn't go too fast because I don't want to start chipping out. So I slow it down and just let it go. So that got installed. Jim loved it. Had a contest. If you follow me on social media, the first 5 people who took a selfie with it and tagged themselves, tagged myself and Jim in the picture, I gave them a free T-shirt. So if you're one of those 5 people, let me know what size you need, and I'll get that to you as soon as I can. Um, so yeah, that project was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It's one of those things I drive by, and I find myself going out of my way to drive by so I can check it out. So put 7 coats of varnish on it. Wood's always a gamble outside, but I think this is going to stick. I think it's going to work out okay. There's maintenance involved with it, but I think it'd be good. So that's all done and installed. Um, got the big copper top the big copper top um, cutting board. That thing was 2 inches thick, 17 by 30. It was huge. Did a resin fill on top. I did a black resin with some copper in it, so it has like when it hits the light hits it, it has like little copper flakes show up. That was a good project, and we laser engraved the front. He's already sent me some pictures. He's already gone to town on it. So copper top, they're over there. I'll put their information down below here. Check them out. They're one of the newer farm. I think they've been around for a while. I think they rebranded, if I remember correctly. But they are actually they're not too far from here. So I think they're one of the farm to table kind of places, which is great. I love that. So know exactly what you're getting. Let's see what else. So I posted some videos of me spraying the Woodstock sign, and people ask, "What is that sprayer?" I don't hear your compressor in the background. So that's a low pressure, high volume sprayer, or low volume, high pressure, high pressure, low volume. I don't know. I'll put it down here somewhere when I look it up. But so I have a Fuji. The brand is Fuji. It's a Semi Pro 2 is the model. It's like the middle of the road. There's cheaper ones, and there's some that are really crazy. I've been wanting a spray. This is a great sprayer, especially for a sign like Woodstock, because you have all that carving. To get in there with a brush, sore throat. Been out here too early in the cold. When you have all those that carving, trying to get the brush and make sure every space is covered, it would take forever. So the sprayer I bought last summer, it was a big investment, but that's the first time I've really used it for practical purposes. I'd played around with it before and stuff. I didn't really need it, but we started doing all these cuttings, these carvings that have all these different convexes or concaves in them. This way I know I've got it. So its only downside is, yes, you set it up, doesn't take long to set up. You mix all your varnish, your polyurethane, whatever, you spray it. It takes longer to clean it than to spray it, but you can't let it sit. So if you spray it, you got another coat to do an hour, you got to spray it, clean it, come back. So, but it's what it takes to get the job done. So it's not a big deal. But yeah, it's a Fuji 2 high, I think it's low pressure, high volume, LP, HPLV or something like that. I don't know. I shopped around and I said it was for the money the best one. The next size up didn't have that many more features, but was a lot more expensive. So Fuji, from what I can tell from my research, was the best one. So and that's pretty much it for this week. Doesn't seem like a lot, but I got a lot of volume. So I got a lot of cutting board. I did a lot of cutting boards, but it just not really worth sharing. Just plain Jane cutting boards. So that is it. And for this week's dumb shit people say to small business owners, I've had a couple people walk up to me over the last. One guy yesterday, he walked up and said, "Man, I'm a small business owner, and I love hearing you talk about this stuff." So here's one I got just recently. I had a customer picked up the cutting board and they said, "Hey, I seen your vacation pictures looked awesome. Now I know why you charge so much for cutting boards." The price, not, hey, it was kind of a backhanded comment, I guess. The vacation was awesome. It was the one time off my wife and I take all year. Um, so yeah, so I think people say stuff like, "Oh, that's a nice truck." Now I understand why you charge so much for cutting boards. Like I only charge just to pay for nice stuff. No, I work a lot. So anyway, people are dicks. Yeah, I called him a dick, so I don't care. A real good person, a real good friend, or a real client will go, "Man, I appreciate your hard work, and this is great," and leave it at that. They don't feel the need to make dumb comments. So anyway, that's it for Cleveland Cutting Board's weekend shop update. Moving forward for next week, we're gonna get this. We're gonna get the cookie table done. I'm starting on a new chair project. I can't wait to show you guys this chair. I think it's from the 80s. It's a custom made chair, and a friend of mine, she actually had an artist do some wood burning portraits on it of her dog. She's a huge dog. I think she's Goldens. I think she's what she has. Um, so I'm actually rebuilding the base of it and the back, and it's got a curve to it, big curve, and each back slat's got to be tapered and edged at a certain angle. So only way to do it is one at a time. So I got that to start this week, and I'm also hoping by next weekend I'm starting a record hutch. My friend Kayleen, we sat down. She's a big record player, a record collector, and got the basics, the basis for design, the basic design down. Now I'm fine tuning that and getting that ready. So I'm gonna start that project. I'm gonna put the material order in this week and go pick it up probably Friday, next Friday. Get going on that. I also got a jump on another boat table for good friends of mine. They're retiring down to the Exumas on their new boat, and they want a boat table. This one's gonna be a little bit different though, because this one's gonna be a table that's gonna slide down on a pedestal and then fold out to make a bed. So yeah, there's some engineering involved like that. They approved the hinges I selected. They approved the material. So yeah, so I'm gonna get starting on that. Hopefully next weekend. It'll probably be it'd probably be a 4 or 5 day build, not including the time to varnish it. So yeah, lots of great stuff going. So anyway, I gotta go. I gotta clean the pool out. Gotta do some yard work. Got the Traeger going. Cocktails on the patio this afternoon. Everyone have a great week, and I'll see you on Wednesday for Whiskey and Wood Talk.